Clay, you can hear me?
Yeah, man, do you hear me?
Yeah, man. This one works.
Alright, cool.
Alright, brother. What we was talking about?
I'm kind of freezing up a
About
little
the,
bit.
we was talking about how dangerous these MMA guys is in boxing, man, and how I think they get overlooked because they don't box. And a lot of times it's an advantage. I think it was a clear advantage. Two things. I think that they didn't know who you were. Number one. Number two, it was a bad fight. Three, guys are used to boxing with boxers.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up.
Oh shit! There ain't no telling. You can hear me now?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's try. Advantage, man, with not being pure, strictly boxing guys, and I think boxing guys overlook that. What you think? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think it depends on the mixed martial artist. You know, I've always considered myself a striker. I grew up boxing from a young age, so
Okay.
I think that being the case, crossing over to MMA and doing a little bit of both has helped me. Whereas I think a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy is not going to do very well in boxing, right?
Right.
So I think in my case, yes, it has helped me a lot being able to do both because I've learned different range, different setups, different punches, stuff like that. So I do think it's helped me, but that is because I'm a striker.
And when you say striker, again, I'm no MMA guy, so I don't pretend to be. Striker is considered what, a boxer or just punching? Like the way
punching. So strikers punching, kicking, elbows, knees, a stand-up fighter. You know, I don't consider myself a ground fighter, even though I've wrestled my whole life and stuff. I like to strike, so I like to stand up and bang, man.
Well, the way, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, the way I like to say it is, MMA guys punch. So while we have a definition of boxing, it's like they're punching. And that's how I kind of separate the two. But if you said you come from the boxing background, how'd you get started, man? You started amateur boxing before anything?
So I started wrestling when I was 6. My grandpa got me into boxing when I was about 10 or 11. So I've been fighting my whole life. So I have over 100 amateur fights, boxing matches.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. So. I'm sorry, man. You're breaking up again on me. Well, there you go. You're back.
So how did you meld the two? How did you weld them things together? What made you want to get interested in MMA? The popularity, or what made you go from boxing to that?
So it was because I was a wrestler as well, and I would always joke with my parents and my friends if I could box the wrestlers and wrestle the boxers. There's very few people that could beat me. So that's kind of how I came into MMA.
You needed a rule set that allow for that.
Yeah.
Right. I got you. So, man, you haven't taken no easy boxing matches, bro, at all, man. Is that from your MMA philosophy of fighting, or was that the plan? I mean, where did that come from?
Me and my coach just like to fight the best,
Out the gate, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, me going out there and beating up some guy that's just not not very good. It's not rewarding to me, you know. It doesn't do anything for
Right.
me. I want to challenge myself, and I think that's how I've improved so much so fast, you know. Is I fight tough competition.
Out the gate, all class guys, man. Well,
Yeah.
you also in the boxing world, you also can learn, you can earn a living like that, where guys getting built up ain't really making no money neither. So
Yeah.
you getting paid to fight for real.
Yes, sir.
uh, Back to this fella, man, because nobody on Instagram seen it. You felt at the weigh-in and the build-up he was overlooking you, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
That
100%.
trying to bully and mean mug and stuff at the
Yeah,
weigh-in.
and I think that has a lot to do with all the other guys he fought, you know.
Right.
I'm fighting undefeated dudes. I'm fighting, guys that are 9-0, 10-0, that are coming out of the Olympics. That are, I fought all the best up and coming guys there is, and he knocked 4 out of the 5 guys that he fought out in the first or second round or something like that, So yeah, I just thought I believe he thought I was another one of those guys that he was just going to come in and put his hands on and knock him out. And, that's not the case with me. I'm a gamer. I love fighting, and I can take a hit and I can dish him out. So.
Prior to the fight, you were saying this may be your last boxing match. What was the thinking behind that? And was it your last boxing match? What's the play now? What was you thinking then, and then now after?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of misconstrued. It's not my last boxing match ever, but by any means. The thing is I've signed with a promotion, an MMA promotion, and starting in May, I'm entering into a tournament to win $1 million. So so it's called PFL. It's the Professional Fighters League, and I have a contract signed with them from May to the new year. So that's I'm gonna cross back over to MMA and I'm gonna go after that belt there at PFL. If I win the belt, I might stay. I'm gonna say when I win the belt, I might stay a year or two. I'm really excited for that opportunity, and I love mixed martial arts. So, if anything happens, who knows what's gonna happen. So, after that year, I could come back over to boxing and take a run at that. So, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I want to have options. And I want to be able to, I want to be able to do both. I enjoy boxing. I believe I've learned a lot from the purity of boxing. Like you say, it's different. There's certain things that you do boxing that don't work in MMA and vice versa. So I think I've learned a lot from boxing, and I think I kind of got the knack for it again, my first couple matches, I was still learning how to box again, you know what I'm saying? Even
right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you scrambled a little bit, but I just heard you say, can I hear you? There you go.
Yeah, so, I just...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The PLF thing, PLF you said?
PFL, it's called the Professional Fighters League.
PFL. Is it a tournament style thing, or what is that?
So how it works is you'll do 4 fights every 6 weeks, double elimination. There's a point system. You get a certain points for first round finishes, a finish, 3 rounds. And then, so point system, and then they do the playoffs. So if you're in one of those 4 spots with enough points, you'll go into the playoffs. You fight 2 fights in one night. If you win those 2 fights, you go on to the championship for $1 million.
That's almost like the original UFC, huh? When the
Yeah,
boys had to fight a couple times. I remember that.
yeah.
I was in I want to say I was a senior in high school when I seen that, and there was no weight classes, and you had to fight 2 or 3 times, man. So they bringing that back, except with
Yeah, so
classes, huh?
it's a little different now, of course, because rules have changed and stuff. So you can't fight more than 5 rounds in a day. So what they do is they do 2 rounds.
Fights.
Yeah, 2 5-minute rounds for 2 fights. So it'll be 4 rounds altogether for that
And
last. Yeah, it's just that last playoff. So
all the same weight class and
yeah,
stuff.
all the same weight class.
Man, you can't hardly miss out on that opportunity, man.
Yeah, for
Damn
real.
this
So,
boxing. You after the win, what did anybody offer you anything? Did they say they wanted to do it again, or
so I mean,
or
my coach's phone blew up after that fight. You know, we've been getting calls from all sorts of other promoters and from boxing to MMA to bare knuckle to we've been getting calls from everybody. It was great publicity. You know, it was live on TV. It was a exciting war. So yeah, we've been getting calls, man, and we have options. So we're really excited about that.
but you're 100% signed on the PFL thing first, though.
Yes, so that contract's been signed for a little while. They were allowing me to box up until February 1st, which that fight was on the 1st. So that was the last one we could do until after the tournament.
And after that, $1 million is might change some things too. But after that, you'll make a determination whether you stay full MMA for a while or box again, right? Correct?
Yeah, or maybe I'll do both, man. It just depends on what if promotions will allow me to do that, or if I sign with somebody. It just all depends.
If it's exclusive.
I could be a free agent and jump around and fight, MMA, boxing here and there. Or hopefully, I'm hoping to get signed with a big promotion, or maybe even I'll stay with PFL. I plan on winning that belt, man. I want to take that belt home, and I want to win that $1 million, and I want to keep working. This is a passion and a dream of mine, so I just love to fight, man.
How will we be able to watch? It'll be broadcast on social media and stuff, or what?
So it's actually live on ESPN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, the fight game is good, man. You can watch any kind of fighting all over, so many platforms and stuff, man. I'm gonna tune in. I want to see, man. I want to see how it goes, and I can watch it as a pure spectator because I don't know what the hell is going on, man.
Yeah.
Although I did pick Khabib to beat McGregor.
McGregor, yeah.
Just from me watching McGregor because I liked him, and that Khabib kid was always on his undercard.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, man, if this Khabib kid grabs McGregor and wrestles him to the ground, he's in trouble, man. And I just kept thinking that, and that's about what happened. But I'm just freestyling. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro.
Yeah, that's what happened, man. Khabib manhandled him, but I don't think McGregor had the right mindset. I think he was, drinking his proper 12 a little too much at the time or something. Because he didn't look as crisp as usual, but I don't know.
Do you think he can make a change if they fight again? Does he have the ability?
You can never count that guy out, man. He's a game. He can fight. So I mean, he lands one good one on Khabib. It could be.
That's it.
Man, that fight could go. You fight those guys 10 times. It could go any other way anytime. So
10 outcomes. Yeah, I like that damn. I like that damn McGregor. I'm Irish by
Yes.
heritage.
I wouldn't mind fighting him one day, man.
Man, bro, it'll be a fight.
Yes, sir.
It'll be a fight, man. But yeah, man. I knew going in, just looking at it. I said, man, these guys, just how they fought, how that kid decided to fight, man. I said they didn't know. Somebody didn't do their homework, because after we fought, you and Quentin, it was shortly after that. My other welter was on a show in Vegas, remember? And we was
Yes,
back
sir.
there, and you was fighting on that show.
Yes, sir.
And you won that one. Now, I don't make no excuses. You know, if you get a draw or a loss or whatever, you know, I don't teach my fighters to make an excuse. You got to swallow the shit, because that's what they said. Don't let them make the outcome next time then. But all emotions is gone. You won that fight, bro. And they called it a draw. And that was another undefeated kid that Golden Boy was promoting, right?
So was that
He was in
California?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Coachella, Indio.
Yeah, Indio. Yes, sir.
And that was a big, he was undefeated, correct?
The kid in Indio, coach, is he undefeated?
Which one?
Indio, California.
He was
3-1 or 3-0? Yeah, he was 3-1 or 3-0, something like that. I can't remember 100%, but
You weren't supposed to win, and you went in there and rocked that apple cart too, and got a draw. I said, how does this kid keep getting draws? That's how you know. He ain't the promoter fighter, and he's coming away with draws. And I believe that worked to your benefit with this other kid. You see what I'm saying? They look at the record and go. A lot of people don't look past box rec, man. They look at the box rec and say, this kid's what you recognize, 6'2" and 3 draws. So they look at that and go 6'2" and 3. Oh, he's either on or off. Instead of saying, no, he's supposed to be 9 and 2. You know what I'm saying? That's all, whatever the case may be. And that's what happened, man. This thing is no margin for error. So if you go in there and you get a phony record, and your corner's not doing their homework, they fuck around and get a clay collar, not realizing. And you took it to your advantage, man. And I enjoyed it. I told you, coach. I told Ryan. I said, man, I was standing up in my living room. Get him! And you walked into that shot. I said, uh-oh. But you got up and shook it off. He got you, but you was overzealous, man.
See, I just, I dropped him twice. I thought he was, I didn't think he had nothing left, but, a hurt fighter is the most dangerous, man. I've always believed that, and, I should have tightened up my defense a little bit and, kept ducking away, but I got a little excited and went running in there.
That's the truth. That's the truth. A hurt fight, a willing fighter that's hurt is dangerous. And he was willing. He was throwing punches back. But I never thought he was clear-minded after that first round, though. I thought he was hurt the whole time. So you kind of you can fault yourself, but at the same time, you had a wounded deer right there, man. It's time to eat.
Yeah.
But man. That was a great fight, man. Action-packed for how long it lasts. What was the schedule for?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was good, man. Well, I tell you, I'm glad to know you started out boxing. That put a little spin on it.
Yeah.
Guys just don't know, but I tell you, Clay, they know now, though. They know now.
Yes, sir.
So make sure you're getting paid.
Yeah, and I don't think anything changes. I was fighting the best boxers around already, so I'll just keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that they know, at least, I won't catch everybody off guard this time. I believe I was the better fighter watching it. So.
Well, I wasn't hip to that kid before the fight, right? But clearly, the flaws I seen when he wasn't hurt, I knew could get exposed, right? and not knowing the guy in front of him was gonna punch back, and you're not gonna curb me, you're not gonna scare me. If you want to stand there and fight, let's fight. And that was absolutely where things went haywire for that dude. But I'm gonna make sure, brother, promote this the PFL, man, so we can get people watching. So I'm a fan, bro. I told you that the night we fought you, though. If you remember, I said, hey, man, shit, I never planned on standing there with you, man, because I watched the MMA fight. Let's see, now we not gonna stand there with this guy. Let's try to use some lint and keep our distance, man. And you sneaky, man. You sneaky in it. You sneaky in the clinch too, like you're supposed to be. Oh yeah. In that clinch, you don't need much space, man. That's how I knew. I said, man, this guy can fight. Oh man.
Thank you.
I was proud, man, watching you on it.
My coach was definitely a little worried about Quentin. You know,
hey, but, he's a rangy guy, man.
Fighter. Yeah. And you know, I would still get back into boxing too. Like it had been so long since I just boxed it.
Right.
You know, he came out, snapped that jab. I think he caught me with the right hand right off the bat, and I said, okay, I'm gonna fight right now. Like, let's go, you know. But yeah, no, you guys played that smart, bro. Cause he was dancing, juking me out. I was chasing him the whole time, man. So.
Yeah. That sucker. I'm 6'1", and Quentin's 5'11" plus, and he got about 4 inches of reach on me. He's a lanky kid, man. Yeah, and we use every bit of it.
Yes, sir, you do.
But we gonna keep rooting for you, man. And I reached out to Ryan, man, and I said, hey, man, I gotta get Clay on the podcast. He said, man, no problem. Just send us the link or whatever. And I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure talking with you.
You know I've been rooting for you. That night we fought, I remember saying, man, you're a tough guy. You said, yeah, man. Man, I wanted to. You told me a single leg.
I want to, take him down, kick him.
Yeah.
Let me try and need that kid, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. And hey, this is the first MMA guy, though you're a boxer too. You're the first MMA guy we had on the show. It's a boxing show. I would let all kind of MMA guys, but we can't talk about nothing because I don't know, I wasn't going to pretend like I know MMA. But I would love it because I want to learn, I want to learn about the MMA, man. And there's a few MMA kids. I trained an MMA guy in boxing.
Yeah, that's smart because honestly, that's where a lot of mixed martial artists lack is their boxing. So it's rare that an MMA fighter can switch over and be as successful as I have. But then again, I came from a boxing background. So.
That's the difference. The guy from the Valley I trained, his name is Daniel Duran, and he was about to have some MMA fights, and he said, Coach, man, I need to tighten up. Like he said, it's stand up. I said, well, I can teach you how to box, and so. We work, and he went on like a 3-0 run, and he only had 3 fights. He won all 3 of them, and opened up a martial arts school down in the Valley. But that's as close as I ever came to it. But it had nothing to do with MMA. I was just teaching them distance, range, how to box, right? And he was successful with it. But his background was the martial arts or striking, kicking, all that stuff. But I like it. It's a fight, man. If it's a fight, I'm watching it. So hopefully, man, we could get you back on in the midst of that when you train or whatever to promote the fight league, man. And we're gonna be rooting for you, man. And when you get back to boxing, we get you again. But but we gonna be rooting for you.
I'd like to run that one back through, man, because now I'm finally starting to figure out how to box again.
There you go. But I appreciate it, brother. And tell your coach, man, thank you. I appreciate the time, brother.
Yeah, you have a good day, man. God bless.
All right. You too, man.